Do you think that fear is ever useful to humans in general or to creators particularly?
This is my favorite question, and I know it will be my favorite one of this, because the reason I'm here and having a career, the reason I did the things I did before this, is because of fear. And
Mm.
there's something in me that says, when I get those butterflies, and when I'm scared, and when I'm worried about my future and what am I going to do with my life, um, I'm almost happy at the same time, because I know that's the moment where I'm going to change something. That's the
Yeah.
moment where I'm going to take a step forward into a new career. And so fear for me is important. And every time I hit that stage, I worry for a week or two. Don't get me wrong. I'm like a bit
Yeah.
of a mess. But yes, if that's my biggest tip to anybody, even more than like skilled within art or teaching someone how to use color properly, I'd say no. When you're fearful, you have to use those moments. That's going to motivate you to practice. It's going to motivate you to have a better career.
Hmm.
It's my favorite thing in the world. If I'm scared, I know something important's about to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not enlightened enough yet to say it's my favorite feeling or my favorite thing in the world. It still
Uh-huh.
scares me. So in my life, fear can be a force for destruction or it can be useful. We could compare it to
Sure.
fire, right? Fire can cook you a nice meal or it can burn your house down, and it's the
Hmm.
same base, element.
Yes.
Um, so for me, the way I've found fear to be useful is because I'm generally afraid of most things and I have multiple fears overlapping, intersecting, having a party in my brain.
Hmm.
I tend to use one fear to scare away the other fear that's currently stopping me so
Hmm.
that I can get my work done. So if you imagine that like fear is like a dog that's chased me into a tree
Yeah.
and caused me to like freeze up and be inactive,
Uh-huh.
I will get another bigger, scarier dog to fight with that first dog and distract it enough so that I can sneak away and do my work.
That makes sense. I get that.
Right?
I've probably
So I'll
done
give
that
like
too.
a practical example here.
Uh-huh.
If I'm working on a project for a client, I'll use my Disney books as an example, just because it's an
Yep.
easy example. I am always afraid that this time I will somehow not be good enough. Like they'll look and be like, "Why have we been
Uh-huh.
giving you all this work? You're not good,"
I think that
Like,
every time they've given me a book.
no matter how many books I do, this will be the one that like blows the cover off and I'll just have no work and no
Uh-huh.
reputation. And so because of that, I think I tend towards being extremely meticulous and very perfectionistic, and also not working when I'm particularly tired or when I'm feeling like dull mentally,
Sure.
But there are times where you just have to go in there and paint some light and be like, yep, that's how the light works.
Mhm.
That's where it's coming from. It hits here, it goes across there, it makes these shadows. And so when that happens, I ask myself, am I more afraid of finishing this in a less than perfect way,
Yeah.
or of having to come to my art director on the day of the deadline or the day after and be like, hey, I didn't finish the job I promised I
Yeah.
would. I know I signed a contract, but like, no, I didn't, and that is extremely much scarier
Yes.
than finishing imperfectly, is the fear of not finishing at all, you
Uh-huh.
know? So I
Oh,
find something scarier than that to let me finish my work.
I think that happens to me. I don't think about it, but yeah, that's definitely something that gets me through some of those times too.
Yeah,
And I would say anyone that listens to this, um, if you get fearful and it's not related to like, oh, I'm scared something's going to beat me up or I'm in a dark alley. Like if it's about your career and your artwork,
yeah,
um, it's hard to say it to some people, but you got to use it as motivation. I hope anyone that has those fears with their career or their artwork, you have to take that moment to sit in it for a second and be scared. But
yeah,
that's motivation. That's telling you that, for instance, if I'm scared to try this new course on character design, it's probably because I know that I have a fear of how good I am. Like, or maybe
hmm,
I'm not good enough. And that's
hmm,
how I think. If I'm like, oh, I don't want to try to practice this, I'm scared of it, it's because I'm not good at it. So there's my answer right there.
yeah.
Yes, go practice it, because that's the fear that's going to push me through.